Oh my gosh, I just saw something and I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I gotta talk about this. The dogs just went out, they're getting their bark on. So if you hear them in the background, they're outside barking their heads off. But so I was just watching Initiation, the show I talk about all the time. Well, I don't know if I do all the time, but I definitely did on TikTok. But I know I've talked about it before. And I think his name is Mateus DeStefano or something. Stephen De, something like that. But if you find it, it's on Gaia channel. It's called Initiation. I really like this show. And season 4 had just come out. When it did, I started over with season 1 and started recording it, each episode on TikTok, because he says so many interesting things, and people were really liking it because he just says so many things. I'm telling you, if you watch it, it's like your inner soul, your inner knowing of your soul will remember things he says, and you'll be like, this makes so much sense. And so anyway, sorry, I'm really moving around. I'm taking those little slipper socks. Yeah, they started out great. I liked them, and they'll keep your feet warm, but it's not something like you can wash because it's got this weird sole on the bottom, and they're ripping all apart on the bottom too. Maybe I shuffle. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little shuffler. Okay, so anyways, it's how I gotta get my feet planted. I don't know. I do definitely get holes in my socks if I don't have something on there. Okay, so anyways, so I was watching, I've been, like I said, I can't ever find anything to watch. I just switch it around, switch to music, switch to a movie, blah, blah, blah. There's only a few movies that I can get the whole way through. I'll start things and I'll be like, ugh. I'll start series like The Witcher and all these different ones. Even when I was watching Evil, I was just like really into it. But and the other one too, Twin Peaks. I was thinking, man, I was really into Twin Peaks there but I can't keep up when it just keeps, I just lose interest. It's like, So when this one started, I hadn't watched season 4 yet, but he's talking about stuff that I've been talking about. And so to me, it's like super exciting because, like I said, they'll always give me confirmation. Like they tell me things and they show me things, and then I try and translate what I'm seeing and the words that are available, but it's not that easy sometimes. But one of the things that I had never thought this before. This is only a recent thing, that when they were showing me stuff, all of a sudden I was like, well, yeah, that's the only thing that would make sense is destiny and fate. There is no free will. Free will wouldn't work. It would be utter chaos. You couldn't have it like that. In order for there to be existence that has a productive existence, right? So that you can go in and learn and grow and stuff. So, and when you are creating this life and you're making your soul contracts with everybody, because there's a lot, when you start trying to understand about your soul and what your soul's doing, why you have a soul, why is your soul alive, why does a soul exist? When you start going into that and start trying to really understand about a soul and a spirit and that whole world, that whole existence, that is the real existence. This is all a play, like I said. And I've said, this is all like a scripted thing. You don't have free will. You have it is scripted. There's no way it would work, because how, like I said before, how could there be, these guys waiting in the wings in case I didn't learn a lesson with this one, they're just going to bring out another one? No, this was contracted. This whole thing was contracted. These relationships that come into our life, that's contracted in. Everything, like me saying all this has all been done. This is all written. I'm just the hologram that is projecting it. It's like a hologram projecting information, but it's all written. And where I'm saying always where my information is coming from is I know, because it's stuff that most people don't even think about. They definitely don't consider it, but now I've seen what's happening in the world, and I'm starting to understand why I was so different. I couldn't understand it before. I've talked about that a lot of times. But anyway, so in this episode, he started talking about, he was saying that, you know, people think of free will like you have free will. He goes, but it's not like that, because everything is scripted. You come in to play a part. You take that part because it's already scripted. You know what you're going to be doing. You know the whole thing. That's why, you know, when we get all caught up in other people's problems and we get all upset and stuff and we want to fix it, we want to fix it for them and all this stuff, it's their soul's journey. Their soul designed it. It's none of our fucking business. It's their problem. You know, everybody's dealing with their own shit because it's their own projection of self to experience, to grow from. So when he's talking about, you know, that there's no free will and it's all scripted and you know the part when you come in to play it and all of that stuff, it's like he's seeing the same thing I'm saying, only he says it a little bit different. But that is what I always notice when I listen to him. Things that I will have in my head or I'll hear or whatever explain, but then he will also, but he'll say a little different. And I did notice, you know, I've seen a few people like that. So I know, you know, we're getting this information from the same source, which I think is amazing how the word source is used. All of a sudden I started thinking, I made this really good, like a lentil stew, because now we're down to the emergency food, you know, because it's a state of emergency. And I haven't even seen, there's no mail, nothing. There has not been a car that has gone past there's been somebody pulling a kid on a sled. That's it. There's not been anything going by in the city bus, but it's not coming by. I think during the winter or when there's snow, it's already contracted. They won't come back here unless it's plowed, maybe. I don't know, but you have to go out to the main highway to pick up a bus. So, I mean, there's like, it's dead. And the wood situation still nothing. The first guy who was going to bring it that night, I guess he's stuck somewhere in the snow and can't get out yet. So, and then somebody else messaged me and said until the roads clear up, they can't do deliveries. So anyways, it's a big old mess, but we're down in the emergency food and I made a really good lentil stew. Anyways, I just was like, because I have this whole dead side of my face. Oh yeah, and I want to throw this in too. Because I had a teleconference call or something. My insurance company always has to, you know, have my doctor fill out papers to say, yep, she still has a brain injury. So, like it's going to change. You know, sometimes when you have a lot of time to think, and you just think like, oh my gosh, it just blows my mind. When I was a nurse on the neuro floor, I mean, it was the thing that happened to me. Most of the people die. You're never supposed to let this happen. And here I am walking around alive. And I don't know. Anyways, so I had the teleconference with the doctor so she could look at the papers with me. And she said that some stuff about... I go off on too many things. Okay, so she said, so I said, I asked her if she had heard about the med beds. And she's like, what? What are those? And I was like, I keep hearing about these med beds. I'm hearing it from all these different sources. And she goes, what's a med bed? And I said, well, from what I understand, it's something about healing through frequency or something. It's something else too besides frequency, but I can't think of what it is. Like, I don't know, protons, I don't know. But it's some kind of, you know, like a vibration that works with us and stuff. Just like you can take water, we're 99% water or something. You can take water and you can put vibration into it. You can turn it ugly or you can turn it pretty. You know, we need a better vibration. They're fucking attacking us with them. So anyways, I asked her and she said that, you know, I hadn't heard about that. And I said, well, I keep hearing it from all these different sources. And she wanted to know, you know, how it worked or whatever. I said, something about vibration. I don't know. But the vibration is supposed to heal you. And she said that she would be on the lookout. I said, well, just make sure, because I keep hearing that they're going to start doing appointments and stuff. And just, no, I want to be front on the lines. I will definitely try the frequency thing to heal my brain. And so she said she was going to look into it and stuff. So I really am really hopeful, because I was like, man, I want to be first on the list. I want to get in there and get this done. My eyes too, just to be able to see again. It's like for your eyes to be so fucked up like this and not be able to see, like, like I said before, I totally get why people put on the dark glasses, because it strains your, some part of your brain or something, because your eyes are constantly trying to focus. It's like this focus, unfocus, focus, unfocus, focus, unfocus. It's just, it's fucking horrible. I just want this stuff to heal. But anyways, I think there was something else I was saying about having all this time on my hands. And then, but anyways, I just think that it is super cool how he was saying that, because I do think that we get all caught up in like, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. But when you step back, like I said, if you stop living as the avatar, you start living as your higher self, as the controller, the one who is projecting the image down here. If you start living from that perspective, it releases you from a lot of the pain and trauma that you go through, because we take it all as like it's so literal and it matters so much and it's so hurtful and all that bullshit, that we get all caught up in the emotions. Because remember, it's all about managing our emotions, getting control. That's how consciousness expands. Consciousness grows and expands by these concepts of controlling, not being controlled or controlled, but it's getting control over yourself. And that's why it's so significant, this breaking away, free from this system that has held people captive and captivated. So anyways, I think that it is a significant thing for people to look into or consider, something that, you know, this is a scripted thing. You're not going to mess it up. It doesn't matter which choice you make. It was always the choice you were going to make. It's the lessons are always ahead of you. And however it goes, even if you make that choice and go, oh, fuck, I made the wrong choice, I'm going to go that way now. That was always what you were going to do. It's what you are going to do. It is it's like you're just a projection of an experience. And, you know, so don't get so caught up in the emotions, because that's how you learn to expand and grow as your consciousness, is to not get all like caught up. Because look at how much emotions you're just, the energy you're putting into something that is pointless. It's always going to be the way it's going to be. It's going to play out the way it's supposed to play out. And you don't have to sit there and like, oh my God, how's this going to go? How's this going to happen? Oh, because it's going to play out the way it's supposed to play out. Because, we have contracts. We can't get away from it. So I was excited when he said that. So I was like, I got to go share this. But anyways, if, you really are into weird stuff like me and, mind expansion and trying to understand more about consciousness and energy and who and what you are as a spirit and a soul and what this journey is all about, then initiation is fascinating. I totally highly recommend it. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.